G'day, my name is Felix. Welcome to my little corner of the back rooms. Today we're checking out Full-Time Hunt, the demo. Let's get into it. I feel as though I've forgotten something important. Who is that? Who's what, dude? Noah. Hello? Noah, are you alright? Noah? Noah Emery snapped out of his daydream and blinked at his best friend. Willow was staring at him expectantly. Sorry, what was that? I zoned out there for a sec. He shifted his weight and... Oh, hang on. He shifted his weight and shook out a clenched fist. He didn't realize how tense he was. The stress of the day was clearly getting to his head. Yeah, clearly. I know big TV gigs like this are a pain in the ass, but really, Noah, you need to get your shit together right now. Before he could even muster a reply, Willow sighed. She was just as tired as he was, though her fatigue was entirely Noah's fault. Look, I know the potential for drama is really stressing you out, but this is your chance, Noah. I won't force you to get up on stage, but this is a live talk show, and dipping out here at the last second would really be a bad look. Noah looked away, uncomfortable at the reminder. If you did that, it would be super cringe. Would it? Yes. But no worse than the pathetic pandering he was about to participate in. Pathetic pandering for what? What are we doing? Whilst being on TV wasn't a new occurrence for the famous MeTuber Bunny, he wasn't exactly excited for the upcoming ambush. And there was always an ambush. What is happening? You know how these vultures are. One wrong step and I'll be on the front page of some shill website boasting how I'm a criminal or something. Yes, exactly. We'll bring up the ghost hunting stuff for sure, but I'm more worried about, well, the method in which you found the ghosts. This is a chance for you to shape the narrative. Just be careful what you say, alright? Remember our talk. Dr. Bill is quick to corner his guests. You do technically break the law. Sorry? What? Luckily, this isn't Judge Janus, or I might actually be in trouble. I'm so confused. Although, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the more tame guests to grace this clearly high-class show. Even if this goes horribly wrong, I'm sure I won't be as memorable as the guy that got naked. He trailed off as a stagehand caught their attention, signaling it was almost time for him to go on. Willow nodded that they understood, and then faced Noah. She took a deep breath and pulled on a bright smile. Ready? Noah grimaced at her enthusiasm. Willow rolled her eyes. He was being a brat, and he knew it. Look, I know you're stressed. I'll be alright. Let's just do this already. Noah sighed and waved his hand dismissively. I'll be alright. Let's just do this already. As if on cue, the lights flashed on. The sound of excited audience members filled the studio, and the stagehand began frantically waving at him as Dr. Bill's obnoxious voice projected over the sound system. It was time for Noah to go on. Now tonight, folks, we've got a real internet sensation with us. You might know him from his wildly popular but highly controversial urban exploration channel, Catch Bunny. That's right, Bunny himself is here with us in the studio. Please give a warm welcome. Audience erupted in applause as music began playing. The stagehand reached for him, hustling him toward the curtain. Guess I'm off then. Just remember what I told you, alright? Yeah, I set the narrative. Only tell them what they need to know, don't say anything stupid, don't be cringe. Exactly. Best of luck, Bunny. Noah glanced over his shoulder at Willow's concerned face and smiled. Who needs it? Probably you. And then he was through the curtain. Bright lights blinded him as he carefully walked onto the stage. The studio buzzed with expectation as the audience clapped and the theme music played. Faded. I was just like Dr. Phil. He plastered a smile on his face and offered the audience a wave before claiming his seat beside Dr. Bill. Bunny, Dr. Phil. Bunny, welcome to the show. Noah could hear the anticipation in Dr. Bill's voice, read it in his fake smile. He knew how these TV hosts operated, that this wouldn't be easy. He took a deep breath and relaxed his posture. A warm smile spread across his cheeks. Noah knew what he was going to say. Now, all he had to do was pick a strategy. Be confident. Noah's success wasn't an accident. He knew what other people wanted, knew how to manipulate it for his benefit. Dr. Bill wanted a sensational interview, Willow wanted Noah to play it safe, and Noah? Well, he understood confidence was king. Thanks for having me, it's great to be here. Well, we're certainly happy to have you. Bunny, quite the name on the internet these days. How's the fame treating you? As fickle as food on a plate, but right now I'm eating well. Dr. Bill raised his eyebrows, seemingly surprised by the quote. Emily Dickinson, right? That's right. So you're a rabbit and a scholar, is that it? Something like that. Is that why you started ghost hunting? Because you're drawn to the past? That certainly had a lot to do with it. History was my favorite subject in school. Was it? Yes, but it wasn't what was written down that really got to me. It was everything between the lines, all the invisible details of everyday ordinary life that doesn't get reported on. Doesn't get remembered. Life itself. Exactly. Don't get me wrong, hunting for ghosts is fun and exciting, but part of what makes it so exciting is the mystery, the quest for truth, and you can't have a proper mystery without understanding the urban legends, the culture, and the history that shaped it. So you see yourself as a historian? All I do is present the past as it was, with all the history that comes along with that. And what about the owners of these properties, the families, the communities tied to these places? Don't they deserve some respect? I don't vandalize, I don't steal, I document. If someone's left something worth remembering behind, I give it a second life. You give it a second life, or you build your career on top of its corpses. Hang on, can I go back? No, okay, we're just stuck with the way I read that. I won't lie and pretend the fame and money aren't nice, but it's not why I started my channel. And it's not why I keep going. As the audience thundered their approval, Dr. Bill nodded like he understood, but no one knew he was just changing gears. Now, I want to touch on something you said earlier. Exciting. It's exciting to go to these abandoned zones? It is, yeah. In some of these places, I'm the first person to step foot there in decades. It's amazing seeing pieces of our history frozen in time, or the way nature has sprung up around it. That's a hell of a way to romanticize the danger, isn't it? You're known for working solo, right? There's no one with you, no cameraman or safety crew, it's just you in there. That's right. And it's not just old haunted houses, is it? You posted videos sneaking into anywhere from condemned buildings to restricted zones, even crime scenes. What happens when one of these buildings collapses under you? What happens when you fall through a floor? Or worse? I'm aware of the risks I'm taking. Are you? Absolutely. I've had my fair share of injuries and close calls, but it's worth it. You don't worry about the message you're sending at all? To your viewers? Kids, even? Children should not be watching my content, and the adults that do are wise enough to come to their own conclusions. They know why I'm taking these risks. But these aren't simple risks, are they? You're not just exploring dangerous properties, you're pushing boundaries, even breaking the law. Abandoned tunnels, government facilities, a nuclear testing site, Bunny. You walk through it like you were filming a music video. There are stories everywhere, in all of these places. Some of them are inspiring and some are terrifying. I'm just looking for ghosts that we've all got forgotten. The audience cheered, but Dr. Bill just shook his head. You've been lucky so far, but one of these days you're gonna draw the attention of more than just your fans, but law enforcement too, or worse. And I'll be sure to grant you an interview then too. I'm sure your career will be thrilled to have another stepping stone. A few scattered chuckles echo through the studio. The audience doesn't seem to know whether to laugh or stay silent. Well, folks, there you have it. Bunny, urban explorer, filmmaker, outlaw philosopher, and apparently, future inmate. When we come back, we'll be talking about the infamous hitman Null. Who is he, and what secrets is he hiding? For the full scoop, stay tuned. Noah quietly walked off stage as Dr. Bill cut to a commercial. Willow handed him a bottle of water. Well, that was... perfect. Hell yeah, dude. Noah smiled, placed his hand to his chest, and gave a quick, shallow bow. You handled that super well. Cool, confident, snappy. You still tried to paint me as a criminal. We both knew he would. The important thing is you didn't let him get away with it. Nice spin, by the way. Was history really your favorite subject? Nah, art. With his role in the day's drama over, Noah soon found himself driving home with Willow, quietly listening as she lectured him about his safety and bad habits till he was ready to stop sulking just to shut her up. I forgot, I haven't commented on it yet, but the art's very pretty. I also like the color scheme that they've chosen for Noah, very pretty in pastel. Eventually, she moved on to his upcoming schedule and weekly list of do's and don'ts. He had a convention coming up in a few days that he needed to prepare for, and his brand was selling well, so he absolutely needed to lay low to avoid any further controversy. Translation: no more videos. Dang, dude! Eventually, they arrived outside of Noah's house. I get it, Noah, your fans just love a bad boy, but you really need to stop with this whole rebellious teenager act you've got going. It doesn't suit you. Just because people are currently and will continue to bitch about me doesn't mean I should give in to their demands. It's not about giving in to their demands, Noah. It's about your safety and, I don't know, not going to places with unstable ceilings. So no more ghost videos for a bit, you hear? You need to try something different whilst this blows over. It's so childish. Noah playfully covered his ears as he opened his front door. Hey, are you listening? Quickly, he closed the door behind him with a smirk as Willow continued to call out to him. She worries way too much. Maybe she had a reason to worry, because all Noah had been thinking about during that interview and on the drive home was how he couldn't wait to get home so he could get back out there. Little shit. He walked over to his backpack, a sly expression creeping on his face. No more ghost videos, but that's like my whole thing. Gently, Noah took out a pouch of lockpicks before carefully examining each one. Should buy a new set soon. The old locks aren't nanite wear, so these work fine, but a new set would save me time. Maybe I should test them to make sure they're still good. Ooh, I get to do a lockpicking minigame? Hell yeah, let's test them. Yeah, let's test them. Ooh, what do I do? Actually, tell me what I'm trying to do, dude. I don't get it, dude. I should give me some sort of like... I don't. Okay, let's see. Okay. Lockpicking tutorial. Use the right mouse button to rotate the position pick until the bar is full or mostly full. The bar determines how long you have to complete the puzzle, okay? Once the position stick is in place, use the rotation pick either clockwise or counterclockwise using the right mouse button. As the rotation pick hits a quick time event, use your keyboard. Okay. There we go. Equipped with his lockpicks, Noah looked out the window just in time to see Willow drive away. She would lose her shit again if I went somewhere on the main list, which is exactly why I've chosen a fresh new spot that's nowhere near a military outpost or nuclear facility. In fact, it's in the middle of nowhere. And it's been abandoned for a long time. I bet the owner is long dead, so it's not like anyone would get mad if I paid a visit. Besides, Noah was always the type who'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask permission. Yeah, people do say it's easier to do that. I'm not so sure about that. A malevolent laugh escaped his lips. Phantom blood and screaming, was it? This is going to be interesting. Noah picked up his equipment and carefully placed it in his bag. Camera acquired. Flashlight acquired. From what I read online, it's an abandoned factory from the old days. Apparently, it's like a time capsule. Wonder if I'll actually find some real ghosts this time. I'm tired of all the editing. They're not real ghosts. Noah quietly left his house and headed for the train station, his stomach churning with anticipation. It had been a long time since Noah had such a promising lead. An old and untouched place was quite rare. In no time, he was on the train and making his way deep into the old city. Beneath the railway, the slums rolled slowly by, never-ending sprawl of flaking walls, broken dreams, and littered streets full of dust and mold and rot. Something lodged in his chest, tight and uncomfortable, and he forced his gaze away. He couldn't look at it for long. It reminded him of things he didn't want to remember. Quietly, he tugged at his choker. Arriving at Terminal 01742A. Please step away from the doors. The train slowed to a stop and the doors creaked open, letting Noah out into the dingy terminal. Trash piled up along the moldy walls, and the smell of piss and stale cigarettes pierced his nostrils. It didn't matter how many times Noah came down here, he never got used to it. Here it is then. There were only a couple other people in the terminal, one sleeping on a cardboard mat and another smoking a cigarette. It made him itch to light up. Oh? Oh my god, that's such a cute wallpaper, is that him? What are we looking at? Noah, did you see what that Baldy said? Noah, this is serious, what up? Noah receives a clip from Willow. Okay, what's the video? What do you want, Baldy? News just in. Is Bunny hiding an even darker secret? We've talked law-breaking, we've talked danger, but could Bunny's biggest trespass be against his own identity? What? Tonight, we're joined by someone who claims to have insider knowledge on the man behind the mask. Internet sleuth, fan theorist, and Bunny's self-proclaimed #1 viewer. Give it up for Lilith_Toxic1996. The audience erupted into applause as a red-haired woman made her way onto the stage. Hi, Dr. Bill. My god, so first of all, I love your show. And second, yes, Bunny is totally hiding something. I've done the research. You heard it, folks. Research. So tell us, Lilith, what's your theory? Okay, so I've watched every stream, every video, every short, every single one. And he never talks about girls. Not once. No slip-ups, no flirty comments, nothing. I mean, what kind of guy that hot doesn't flirt with girls? Gay ones? And yeah, I thought he was just transfixed on my bald head. Ew, dude. Right? Plus, pink hair, choker, gloves, perfect eyeliner. He's literally coded. Bunny is absolutely gay and just can't admit it because of the pressure of being famous. So you're saying all this danger chasing, the isolation, it could be a mask for internalized repression? That is a reach, dude. That is a crazy reach. Exactly, and get this, he once said, I don't need accomplices. That's classic closeted behavior. Oh my fucking god, dude. Crazy dial. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, that's such a cute picture. Oh, they've each got one. No, it got worse. Why? I really can't believe this. Maybe take a break for a bit? I'll think about it. Noah! Being famous had its perks, but sometimes Noah couldn't help but wonder if it was really worth it. Juggling demanding fans, dodging stalkers, balancing his image, keeping his brand fresh, it was like navigating a minefield. Sometimes he missed the days when it was just him and a camera and a handful of views. But those days were long gone. Even if he put down the camera, the crazy would still be there, haunting his steps. Was it still worth it? But as Noah's destination came into view, he had his answer. Oh, wow! Noah's eyes widened as he glanced around the abandoned factory, the overgrown plants and greenery slowly reclaiming it. Questions rushed through his mind. What was this place made for? What happened to it? Why was it abandoned? What sort of secrets were buried in the rust and grime? He was desperate to know, excited to find out. He smiled as he fished out his camera and began taking pictures. This would make a good thumbnail. It's pretty dark out. I'll definitely need my flashlight. Oh my goodness! Oh. Surprised the pipe is still up there in one piece. Okay. What else are we looking for? Ah. Whoa, an ancient security camera. Wonder if it still works. Well, the light, it looks like there's a red light on it, so it probably does. Oh shit, there's still power. Okay. Is that everything? One second. It's full screen. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I've looked at that. Ah! Time to go inside. I'll have to break my way through. Okay, let me just make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, I think it's time to go in. Yes! Oh no, this one looks harder, dude. Oh, okay. Oh no! Ooh. Scurry. Suddenly, a shrill scream cut throughout the old factory. Oh! Noah's heart jumped into his throat as he grabbed his camera and ran to the entrance of the building, throwing his back against the wall beside the opening. There's no way. Are ghosts actually real? Am I about to see a real ghost for the first time? Oh my god. I won't have to edit another video. Excited, Noah held up his camera, preparing to snap a quick picture. He took 2 quick breaths and then spun around into the doorway. Count to 1, then take a picture. As the camera flash lit up the room, a bright red color filled Noah's vision. Something thick and crimson splattered his shoes, and a strong metallic scent rushed up his nose. Blood. Why? Noah blinked, his mind struggling to process what he was seeing. A sharp crack echoed in the room, followed by short gasps, a choke sound, and then... nothing. What? A large man was towering over a bloody body, a long axe held loosely in his hand, and a gun on his belt. He took a step forward, a sharpness in his eyes that warped the air around him, and Noah's legs gave out, his knees crashing hard into splintered concrete. What have we here? That harsh, dry voice scraped down Noah's spine. Noah dug his nails into his palm, demanding his body to move, to get up, but no matter how hard he screamed at his legs to stand, it wouldn't move an inch. The man slowly walked closer, the head of the axe scraping against the floor, blood trailing behind. This isn't real. There's no way this is real. What are you thinking about? The man dropped, squatting down in front of Noah, his face mere inches away. His eyes darted over his face, studying him. What's he doing? Does he recognize me? Something flashed in the man's eyes, a small light. It's gone as quick as it came, and then the expression relaxed. Well, isn't this fortuitous? A little scapegoat arrived just when I needed him. Wait! Kabidon! Without warning, the man lunged forward and pinned Noah to the ground. He crumbled under the force, crushed by the man's overwhelming strength. Noah immediately began squirming, trying to free his arms to fight back, but the man had his wrists zip-tied within seconds. You know, I've been waiting for you for a long time. What are you... Something sharp pressed against Noah's ribs, silencing him. Quiet now. I need to think of what to do with you. A witness is a terrible thing, you know. Though, there is still that. Noah bit his lip to trap his panic and forced his eyes shut, bracing for pain. Suddenly, the weight of his body was gone. Noah's eyes shot open just as the man took a step back, idly tapping the handle of the axe against his cheek, as though deep in thought. Perhaps I was being a bit rude. You were trying to say something earlier? Noah kicked the ground, putting as much distance as he could manage between himself and the psycho, grappling for a response that might save him. You said you need a scapegoat? I'm kind of an expert in that sort of thing. The man took a step closer, his sharp eyes focused on Noah. An expert? How intriguing. And what is it exactly that you're an expert in? I have millions of followers and a complicated reputation. With that many eyes on me, I'm used to people accusing me of all kinds of crazy shit. Ah, so you're, what is it? An influencer then? Something like that. Not sure how that answers my question, but... The man shrugged, his posture relaxing. So, what's your name? Noah bit his lip in hesitation. This guy is clearly seriously fucked. I'm clearly seriously fucked. I have to be careful of what I say. Telling him my real name is a stupid move, but if I lie to him and he finds out, that might just piss him off. But if I give him my handle instead, who's to say that won't make him just as mad? Let's go with his real name. We might as well, because, I don't know, I just feel like it's a safer bet. I should play it safe and just tell him straight in case he kills me for saying something he doesn't want to hear. This is the best thing I can do in this situation, right? My name is Noah Emery. The man paused, his brow furrowed as if confused, and then he quickly covered his mouth. Noah, was it? His name from a killer's lips made him shudder, and Noah could only nod meekly. The man dropped his axe with a loud clang that rattled through the room and made Noah flinch. A second later, his weight sank onto Noah, that masked face so close that Noah could feel warm breath on his cheek. His eyes were sharp with an unpredictable edge, black with a void of aggression and calm that seemed to suck him in. Change of plans. I think keeping you alive would be a lot more fun. For a moment, Noah thought the man was about to embrace him, but then the zip tie snapped. The man stood up, light glinting off a small knife in his hand. What was I just thinking? Thanks? I've decided that I'm going to watch you. Make sure you don't go off and spread nasty rumors. Nobody would like that, would they? Right. So glad we could come to an understanding. The man offered a gloved hand, gesturing for Noah to take it. Sure, let's not piss him off. Noah clenched his jaw and gripped the man's hand, was yanked up so quickly, it was a shock to find himself suddenly standing inches from the man. But any thought of his firm grasp was quickly replaced by the bloody corpse lying a few feet away. Noah swallowed the lump in his throat. This man could easily kill me if he wanted. So what is he waiting for? What the hell does he want from me? Shall we get going then, Noah? Suddenly, the man interlocked his fingers with Noah's. Wait, what are you? We can't have you getting lost on the way out. I mean, with how absent-minded you are, who knows what'll happen? What do you mean by that? The man's eyes narrowed, the corners crinkling as with a smile, and a shiver ran down Noah's spine. This coming from the person who didn't realize they walked in our crime scene until the last second. Really, Noah, you need to be more careful, otherwise it will make others want to take advantage of you. Noah jerked his hand away and wrapped his arms around himself protectively. No need to be so shy. Come on, let's take you home. The trip home was excruciating, with the killer glued to his side, holding a knife to his back. He didn't speak much except to warn Noah that if he tried to scream or call for help, he'd slip the knife between his ribs and puncture his lung. At least he had removed the zip tie from Noah's wrist, but it didn't make him feel any less uneasy. Just here, he'd said, applying the slightest amount of pressure to the tender spot between bones. It won't take much. His voice was a soft caress of violence, careful to make sure no one overheard. Just a little pop. Then it's done. So Noah stood very still and kept his mouth closed, but it didn't stop him from looking for help. The terminal remained empty of all but transients, and the only passengers on the train were a couple of teenage boys and a tired old woman. No one could help him. By the time they reached the city, there were too many people around to even try. Too much noise, too much destruction. It would take no effort at all for the killer to stab him and disappear into the crowd. No one would even notice. So Noah kept his head down, his mouth shut, and focused on every next step. His only priority was survival. He didn't know what he should be doing, or even what he could do. If he was making a mistake or sealing his fate, he just knew there was a knife at his ribs, and as long as he didn't scream, he wouldn't be hurt. Before Noah realized it, they were standing in front of his home, and he had a whole new problem to figure out. He wasn't foolish enough to think this was over, that the man would just leave. How do I get rid of this guy? Suddenly, a thought crossed his mind. Aren't you worried about the security cameras here? This area isn't cheap, you know. The cameras here are tougher though. Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I was just taken aback by how cute you are. What? It was 3 days ago now, wasn't it? Noah frowned, confused and frustrated. What the hell was he talking about? Yeah, what the hell is he talking about? Also, I just noticed something. That very first clip, there was like a flashback. It looked like Noah, but with brown hair, and hands that looked quite a lot like this. Just putting that out there. You don't remember? Seriously? Well, you are in a state of stress right now, I suppose. He finally removed the knife from Noah's ribs to point the blade at the nearest camera, giving it a little wave. The break-in. 3 days ago? All the cameras were fried. How would he know that? Oh yeah, how could I have forgotten that? I really need to get them fixed soon before more unwelcome people try to break in. We can't have that, can we? Just the thought of a stranger in your house without your knowledge? That really breaks my heart. What is wrong with this guy? The man used the knife to motion Noah forward up the walkway to his front door. Well, this has been nice, but I have a lot of work and you're not going to invite me in? After I escorted you all the way home? You're really hurting my feelings, you know. The knife was suddenly pressed against his ribs again, digging in harder than before. Noah choked back a wince, fear ripping through him. The psycho was so flippant at times, it was easy to let himself imagine he wasn't really a killer. To delude himself into believing that he wasn't actually in any danger. Please, make yourself at home. It took Noah 2 tries to unlock the door and let them inside. Noah's home was a small unit with an open floor plan and a bedroom loft. Everything he needed was all in one space, just a few steps away. He liked it this way. Of course, he could afford to live in a larger, more extravagant home, but he was never comfortable in luxury. He found smaller places more calming. I was expecting something more fancy since you were bragging about your millions of followers. But this is just a simple, cute apartment. It suits you. Yes, well, we all have our own preferences. That we do. As the man looked around, Noah slipped into his kitchen, desperate to put some space between them. I must say, I am curious, though. About? The man leaned against the dining table, his dark gaze focusing on Noah. Wouldn't you be a target with how famous you are? This area is more, well, high class, but this building in itself is rather poorly protected. Another shiver ran down Noah's spine. What game of cat and mouse was he playing? Pointing out broken cameras and poor security? What was he trying to accomplish? Well, I'll make sure to invest in a better security system then. I look forward to it. I don't. The man pressed a finger to his mask. So, what kind of content do you make exactly? Ghost hunting videos? Noah had no idea what the man wanted, why he was still here, or asking about his channel, but he knew ignoring him wasn't a good idea. I'm most known for my ghost hunting videos. The man chuckled. Ghost hunting videos? Huh. That does sound on brand. Assume that's why we had our fateful encounter. Well, it's not like I expected any company. Well, I'm glad I could help contribute to the ghost population then. Who knows? Maybe if you film there again, you'll get a surprise visitor. That's not funny. The man scoffed and pushed off the dining table, continuing his exploration of Noah's apartment. With him distracted, Noah took the opportunity to take out his phone. Maybe I could call the police or something? No. If you heard those sirens, I'd be as good as dead. Wait! I haven't uploaded to my story today. That gives me an idea. This seems like a terrible idea, dude. Before he could think twice about it, Noah flipped his camera and took a quick selfie of himself and the man behind him. I might look dreadful in this, but if my fans see someone in my story, it'll be sure to cause a big reaction. There's no way he could do anything to me, at least for now. As soon as the flash went off, the man's eyes widened in shock. Noah barely had time to post the story before the man bolted over the table. His back hit the ground hard, air rushing from his lungs as the weight settled on top of him, fingers gripping his neck tightly. What did you just do? Noah felt his lips curl into a smirk. I just made sure you won't be able to do a thing to me. The man's eyebrows twitched. Noah raised his phone to his attacker's face to show him the picture he'd just taken, and the thousands of reactions scrolling across the screen. In just a few seconds, the story had over 10,000 likes and 2,000 comments, and the numbers were climbing. It'll just get more and more traction. If you try to delete it, it'll only make my fans more suspicious. Kill or hurt me in any way and my fans will have a #1 suspect. Don't underestimate them. I've had fans track down and stop my stalkers before. If I go missing after this, who knows what they'll do. The man froze, the grip on his neck loosening. For a moment, Noah thought he finally turned the situation in his favor. Then the man relaxed on top of him. You're really full of surprises, aren't you, Noah? He reached into his coat pocket and withdrew a small phone. What's on it? I'm honored you took a photo with me. I'm sure your fans will be really jealous. Yeah, look. I had the same idea. Noah frowned, confused, and looked close at the man's phone. The video was low quality, but that was him. It was security footage of him entering the building where he'd met the man currently on top of him. I told you that thing was recording, dude! Wait, the old camera I saw still worked? Dude, if a camera has a red light on it, it's fucking recording. You should know that, you make content. Fucking idiot. His heart began to thump, anxiety buzzing in his chest like an angry nest of bees. I go into abandoned buildings all the time. Oh? But to have video evidence of you entering a place where a man was just killed? No. What would people think? Noah watched the footage replay, a sickening feeling churning in his stomach. Wait, wouldn't there be footage of you also? No, I'm hurt. I'm just a simple run-of-the-mill thug, you know. I'm a professional. Why would I enter where a camera could easily see me? But just footage of me entering would be enough for the police to arrest you? You know, I hear the cops are pretty obsessed with catching Null at the moment. I wonder how they'd react to seeing you connected to one of his murders. Noah's blood ran cold. Null's murders? Then you're the one and only. But that doesn't make sense. I thought Null was nothing but an urban legend. Sure, many people seem to be victims of his, but their bodies were never found. Well, I'm open to trying new things. Nausea surged in Noah's gut, a dull pain throbbing in his temple as color and noise began to bleed out of the room. This can't be happening. I'm sure your fans would be perfect at tracking me down if you told them who I was. Even better, announce to the whole world the man in the picture is Null. I'm sure everyone will believe you. The man, Null, leaned over and traced his finger across Noah's neck. His pulse was pounding in his ears, lungs starved for oxygen. But if I, a concerned citizen, brought this footage to the police, well, I wonder what would happen. He can't breathe. Fuck. Now, don't worry. We'll soon be spending a lot of time together, so he'll get used to it. What? Oh, look at you. You're shaking. I think I've overstayed my welcome. I'll have to think of what to do with you over the coming days. Going to have a lot of fun together. Null slowly stood up, his shadow falling over Noah, drowning him in darkness. A shame, but it's time for me to go. Null waved as he stepped over Noah, heading toward the door. He heard it open. Try not to miss me too much. Aww. And then it closed with a gentle click. Noah lay there on the kitchen floor, staring wide-eyed at the ceiling, gasping for air, shaking. His vision blurred and then hot tears leaked onto his cheeks. Shit! Shit! He rolled onto his side, curling up, burying his face into his arms as a string of curses trickled from his lips. What am I going to do? I don't know, dude. This is a pretty shit situation you've got yourself in. He sobbed into his arms, struggling to breathe, to stop trembling. Through his blurry vision, he could see his phone lying a few inches away, the glow of the screen as notifications continued to scroll. He reached for it, grasped it like a lifeline, and started reading. Oh, that's a cute picture. Oh, it's fan art by Lilith Toxique. That bitch. New comment. Pandora_lover. OMG, Bunny, who is that? New comment. Ellie Meyer. Bunny has a friend over? He looks so scary. New comment. Lilith Toxique, 1996. I knew he was gay. New comment. Theo. Wow, is this Bunny's taste? I thought you went solo though. New comment. Adam69. Who is that? New comment. Cherry Pony 10. Guys, it's happening. Bunny has a social life. New comment. Bonnie Bunny 419. Oh, I hope he's nice. New comment. Opaque. Who is this guy? You're not known for having people over, Lamau. New comment. 16 Hatter. I need to know who this man is ASAP. Noah sniffled back his tears and quickly swiped at his eyes. Reading his followers' comments always calmed him down. So many. This reaction is better than I expected. Noah's gaze raced through the comments, a flood of love and support and questions, and for a moment, he began to feel a glimmer of hope. He was going viral. There was no way Null would be able to hurt him now. But as he gazed at that photo, Null's looming figure behind him stifled any hope that began to take root. The man was a murderer. Noah witnessed it with his own 2 eyes. Would millions of views really stop someone like that? New comment. Cheshire_plush1. Bunny, we need to know who this guy is. New comment. Blonde bitch. I hope you're not getting bullied again. New comment. Vapor Catboy. I wonder what he looks like under that mask. New comment. 816301. Bunny, are you in danger? You look so stressed. I shouldn't just leave it with the picture. Noah sniffled and sat up, wiping the tear stains off his cheek. He drew a shaky breath to calm his nerves and began drafting a new post. Guys, stop worrying, he's my... Noah paused. Boyfriend. Maybe I should say something that could throw Null off. He likely wouldn't be expecting me to say something like this. Noah hesitated only a second before sending his story through. He knew this would cause a huge commotion and basically out him as gay. But if it would give him any advantage against Null, he was going to take it. Immediately, Noah's comment section exploded for a second time. New comment, Opaque, holy shit. New comment, Pandora_lover. Bunny is gay? What? OMG, congrats. New comment, Theo, wow, I thought I'd never see the day. New comment, Lilith_Toxique, 1996. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. New comment, Adam69, hey yo? New comment, Bunny Bunny 419. Bunny is gay confirmed and in a relationship, OMG. Noah closed his phone with an exhausted sigh. He tilted his head back, hitting his cabinets with a gentle thunk. Why had this happened to him? What did Null want from him? Clearly this was some kind of game to that psycho, but what was his endgame? Was he planning to extort Noah's wealth? To somehow leverage his influence? Or was he just a cat playing with his food? A single tear slipped down Noah's cheek, but he clenched his jaw and brushed it away. Determined not to cry again, with a deep breath, he pushed to his feet. Can't let this get to me. He squeezed his fingers into fists, steeling himself. I'll stay alive no matter what. He just had to figure out a way to turn the situation around and expose Null. Gather evidence somehow, anything that might at least give him a leg up against his accusations against Noah, if not condemn him outright. The rest of the night was a blur of muscle memory and racing thoughts as he went back over the night with a fine-toothed comb, looking for any important detail he could use against Null. When he finally found himself in bed, Noah took out his diary. Though his eyelids were heavy, he always found writing down the events of the day helped to steady his nerves, organize his thoughts, and plan for the future. But before Noah could form a conclusive plan, he lost himself to exhaustion. His eyes closed and darkness swallowed him. Mercifully, he didn't even dream. This is the end of the demo. Thank you so much for playing. Yay! Okay, let's save. We'll go to the title. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourself, and as always, I will see you in the next one.